Hey guys, it's MusicTechHelpGuy, and today I'm going to be checking out a few of the incredible sample-based instruments from Orchestral Tools. In particular, I'm going to be checking out the LA Sessions Studio Production Toolkit, and I'll also be checking out a couple of their creative sound packs as well. In particular, the ARBOS instrument, which is a really interesting natural forest percussion kit, and I'll also be checking out Amber, which is a really cool detuned or down-tuned string quartet. I've also partnered with Orchestral Tools to give away a free copy of their LA Sessions instrument, as well as their full line of creative sound packs. So this will actually be two separate prizes, so stay tuned to the end of the video to find out how you can win one of these great prizes. So the way these instruments load up is in the Sign player. This is Orchestral Tools' own proprietary player, so think like Contact player, but much more advanced, easier to use, more modern, and more streamlined. So it runs really well. I've been using these for about a month now, and it hasn't crashed or glitched out on me even once. The Sign player allows you to choose whatever patches you want from any of your Orchestral Tools libraries, but you can also use this same player to download all of your libraries using the My Licenses tab. And the Sign player works as a plugin within your DAW or as a standalone program, so that's really nice. So go back to Library, and let's start with the LA Sessions. There's guitars, drums, pianos, vocals, keys. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Let's start off with the acoustic pianos, and in particular, I want to show you the Studio C7 Grand instrument. One thing that I love about this is there's multiple microphone positions for each instrument. So if you go up to Mixer, you have full control over each of the different mic positions. You can pull them out, you can pull them back in, and you can adjust their pan and also adjust the level for each. So I think what I'm going to do is pull in this second spot mic, pull down the first one. I'm going to pull in the close AB as well, pull that way down though. I'll keep the surround mic out though. Yeah, it's a bit more forward, a bit more percussive. I like that sound. I'm a rock and pop musician by trade, so I kind of like that more forward piano sound, but I still want it to sound natural and organic. I want it to sound like a real grand piano, and it does, especially with all these different mic positions. One of my favorite things about these libraries is that you can make any instrument a key switch layer quickly and easily. So for example, if I load up the sustains and legato patch for the studio violins, and then let's say I want some marcato, I'll double click on that, as well as some pizzicato, I'll double click on that as well. Now what you're seeing over here in the articulation list are the different MIDI channels, MIDI channel 1, 2, and 3, and then the key switch layer, the designated pitch for that key switch layer. I can click here and go up to remap with key switches. And what it does is it converts each of those articulations into a different key switch layer, and you can see those key switches down here. So C0 is sustains, C#0 is marcato, and D0 is pizzicato. So very quickly and very easily, you can switch between those different playing techniques within a single instrument. So here's just a quick musical example I put together with full strings, so violin, viola, cellos, and basses. I've got piano in there, and some of the different keyboard instruments and mallet instruments as well. I've got a celesta or celesta, and then I also have a vibraphone in here as well. One thing you'll notice in particular with the strings is that they're switching back and forth between the different articulations, different playing styles. And the way you enter in and change these articulations is you can either just play in or type in the key switches here, or in Logic, you can actually set up an articulation set where you can drag over notes and then just select what articulation you want. So in this particular instrument here, I created an articulation set for legato and staccato, but you could add multiples in there. If you wanted to, you could create a custom articulation set for all of these. Yeah, and all of those sounds are completely raw. I didn't put any EQs or anything. I did put a little bit of reverb on an aux track here, but that's it. Other than that, everything is just raw, straight out of the sine player. So incredibly realistic sounding instruments here. The LA Sessions library also comes with a complement of different studio percussion, things like bongos, congas, tambourines, as well as a couple drum kits. And if you buy LA Sessions, it comes with a bunch of free MIDI files for some pre-made drum grooves. So that's what I'm playing here. I'm just going to play a few of these. And just like all the other instruments, you can go into the mixer. You can adjust the mix on your drum kit. Let's try another pattern here. And let's bring in the snare bottom mic and pull that up a bit. And if you're interested in mixing these multi-output, you can actually load the sine player in multi-output mode and change the output of each of these channels to a different channel so you can mix them in Logic's mixer or your DAW's mixer. All right, next up is the ARBOS Creative Sound Pack. So this is one of the most original ideas I've ever encountered. One of the most interesting sounding drum percussion kits I've ever come across. Basically, they went out in the woods and sampled a bunch of different trees and leaves and all sorts of things in the forest, and just pitch shifted them and created these cool instruments. So some of them are ensemble kits. You can choose single instruments, and some of these processed ones are sort of pitched plucks and pitched pads and some sort of effects pads. So let me just play you a quick sampling of some of the cool rhythms I've created using these ARBOS kits. Yeah, so that's the ARBOS kit. It's really cool. It's really addictive to go into the step sequencer and just build out patterns with these forest sounds and these tree-like sounds. My favorite ones are these root marimba patches. They sort of remind me of the main melodic theme from Ed Sheeran's "Shape of You." I really feel it's kind of like that, but more of like an organic sound, more like like you're hitting a piece of wood, like a marimba, but even more sort of organic than that. So that's ARBOS. It's a really cool creative sound pack. Amber is a down-tuned string quartet, and you can choose between the raw quartet sounds themselves, the individual violin, viola, and cello, or you can choose the entire string quartet, and it itself has 4 different key switches you can play around with. Yeah, this instrument is just beautiful. The random swells, the swells are all at different times. So when you hold the chord, you'll hear these swells sort of come in and come out, and again give the composition more dynamics and give it more realism, like there's a real string quartet playing in front of you. Let's check out some of these processed patches. Wow, this sound library is just absolutely gorgeous sounding. There's some really cool inventive ideas in here that are perfect for film scoring, TV scoring, ambient music, electronic music, even pop and more commercial music. So yeah, these are absolutely gorgeous. Really, really, really impressed with these. So that's LA Sessions and the ARBOS and Amber sound packs from Orchestral Tools. So as I said at the beginning of the video, in partnership with Orchestral Tools, we're giving away 2 prizes to 2 different subscribers. 1 copy of LA Sessions and 1 copy of the entire Creative Sound Pack collection. All you have to do to enter to win is subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Orchestral Tools, and leave a comment below and let me know how you would use these instruments in your production and composition workflow. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for the support, and thanks for watching.